Okay, come budget with me. So I want to simplify this and make this as easy as possible because I have a firm belief that if your system does not work when you're feeling lazy, then your system doesn't work. So I'm all about lazy systems, making them as easy and simple as possible and not overcomplicating them. And I think there's a lot of questions people have about budgeting, like what categories should you use? Do I need to get a certain app? What app do you recommend? What if something unexpected comes up and every time I make some sort of budget, it doesn't end up working? What do I do if my income fluctuates? I'm self-employed, it's not always consistent. What do I do then? And those are several questions that we'll answer in this video. And in a lot of videos, they answer that by saying you need to get a spreadsheet or get this app and use code Alexis10. And it's just all very sponsored with certain apps. It becomes all about the tools and not about the actual process. And you hate spreadsheets, you don't want to be recommended a spreadsheet, and you just feel like you cannot stick to it. So those are all the things that I want to address in this video. It's a lot of things. So despite being a math major, I would not say that I was naturally very good with money, especially in my early 20s. I was always having just overdrafts just because I wasn't checking things and I just didn't have a system in place. And when finally, I think I was just so embarrassed of having overdrafts so many times that I was like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna figure this out. I tried the envelope system, I tried several different apps, and then after implementing this system, I would say this was several years ago, we were making probably combined $48,000 a year and paid off using the system, paid off $12,000 of debt and became debt-free. So it works, it's easy. My husband is someone who did never like budgeting. He and I both, I think, just not naturally great with money, but I love to figure out systems. So now he loves to do the budgeting. He does it. I have this template I'll show you on my iPad. He loves it. And you know, we're not people who ever did that before. So real quick before we get into the steps, if you're new to this channel is all about systems. So I have a video set systems, not goals, and that is very true to this channel. This is gonna be a systems series. So I'll talk about a money management system, a meal management system, task management system, time management system, a goal management system. If you have any requests for other types of systems that you would like a rundown of, I'm like a systems person, so leave those in the comments and I will answer those questions. I do sell a planner, I do sell a journal. If you're interested in that, I will have those linked as well. I've been kind of hinting at a transition and then I was kind of gone for a little while. The transition has fallen through. Things are very, a little tumultuous here on the back end, but it sounds like the transition's not happening. It sounds like it fell through. So I'm still doing the coaching calls. I'm still doing the calls, which is great because I have so many recurring calls with people. I'm really enjoying that. So let's get into the steps now. The first step in this budgeting system is you need to download my template. I will have a link in the description. It's free, it's editable. You can make a copy, add in your own categories, which we'll talk about. It's just one simple PDF document. And at the top, you fill in how much your paycheck was that month. So if your paycheck is variable, like mine is variable, it's fine because it just matters what did I make the last 2 weeks, and you fill that in at the top. The second thing you need to do is determine your categories, and you need to determine them in the order of importance. So I will have my categories listed here. I start with, bills. That's the most important to me. That's got to get done. But then from there on out, you can figure out, is groceries more important to me? Is fun more important to me? Savings, all these different categories, and you can figure out which ones are more important to you. So some notable categories are the bills category. Another notable category I have is special events. So I look forward to the next couple weeks. Am I going to someone's house and I want to make sure that I bring flowers when I go? Is it someone's birthday and I want to get them a gift? Am I taking a trip in the next couple weeks? So special events is a very notable category. Checking, for me, the way I use checking is as a buffer. So sometimes big unexpected things happen, like a medical emergency, and I'm not talking about that. That has an emergency fund savings that I use for that. But I'm just talking about little things like you're going to a class and you realize, oh, I need to buy a notebook. I didn't have a notebook for this class. And so little things come up that you weren't expecting. So every couple weeks, I like to have about $200 in checking that's used just as a buffer. So what I've done is I've downloaded this as a PDF and then I airdropped it to my iPad and I imported the PDF into Notability. So whenever my husband, because he's the one who does this now, whenever my husband budgets, he just grabs the iPad, he grabs the pencil, and he just fills in this document and just duplicate the page over and over again. The next thing you'll need to do is figure out how much your fixed bills are per month. Now, this is a one-time thing. This is the least favorite part of the whole process, but it's just a one-time thing. So what you need to do is go through your bank statement if you have your bank's app, or get on the desktop and go through and see how much is rent, how much are utilities, how much is my phone bill, do I have Spotify, what are the fixed things? And then also think of other bills that might not be fixed. So you go through these fixed things and you need to know this amount. For example, when I was in my early 20s, I did not know I knew that we were stressed out about finances. I didn't know until doing this that after bills, we only had $50 left over on average for anything else because we were making so little money. Everything was just bills. So it's good to know how much your bills are and then how much is extra, would be extra after that. So the fourth step is when you sit down to budget, you then just go down this document and you just subtract. So my paycheck was this month and I've got this much for bills and I'll subtract it. So that leaves this much. Okay, then I'll spend, what if I spend this much on groceries? Okay, that would leave this much. Okay, if I spend this on fun, that would leave this much. And you go down the list until it gets to zero. So then as you go down the list, you can see, okay, I've got $400 for groceries, I've got $60 for gas, or you know, how you go down the list. Over time, using that PDF template, we realized, you know, it's just the same amount for gas every time. We don't need to rethink how much do we need to put for gas. So now actually on the template, we actually have the average numbers next to it. Like if it's a typical month, this is what we typically spend so that you don't really have to think about it. So here's step 5 is where things could get a little different. So if you've ever heard of Dave Ramsey's envelope system, it's basically where, okay, if I set aside $400 for groceries, I'm gonna get $400 of cash out, put it in an envelope. When I go to the grocery store, I'm gonna take my grocery envelope, pay in cash, you're gonna get coins back, so you get a lot of coins, and that's how you do it. But I eventually got tired of going to the bank and doing that. I think it was a really good starting point because I was so poor with money initially, but it has some hangups and it has some friction. Every time you got to go to the bank to get money out, that creates some friction and then you're less likely to stay with it. So what I created was a digital envelope system. So instead of having a physical envelope with cash in it for each of my categories, I made a new bank account for all of these categories. So the next step is once you know you want to spend $400 on groceries, you take that money and you transfer it to the groceries account. So I've had various banks. At one of the banks, it's free to have more accounts. At one, I think it was $3 per account, but I asked if they would waive it and they said yes. Even if they hadn't waived it, I think $3 per account. You get 2 free accounts, checking and saving, and then any additional account is $3. I think that would totally be worth it. I know a lot of people, they're spending $15 a month on a budgeting app, which doesn't even do fully what I want it to do. A lot of budgeting apps, they tell you things after the fact. So if I'm over budget on eating out, I want it to overdraft. I'm so diligent about looking at the app now that does not happen, but I want a certain punishment. Whereas if you're just using an app that will tell you after the fact, it's like, oh, your categories, it just will allow you. It will tell you, oh, look, you're over, but it'll just, I don't like to be allowed. I do not like the flexibility. I like strict. You over budget, you can't spend anymore. So in that regard, if you were to follow this system, it depends on how much you want to spend. Because it was free to me at one point, I think I had 10 different bank accounts to match all my budget categories. At this point, I think it's not so necessary to have so many. And even when I had 10 different bank accounts, I didn't have a debit card for all of them because it wasn't necessary. Like I had one account with savings and it wasn't necessary to have a debit card for that. If I ever needed to get something out of savings, I could always just transfer on the app. But I did have its own debit card for eating out. I had its own debit card for grocery. I had my own debit card for checking. Those are the main 3 categories. They had debit cards. And on the back where you write your signature, I would just take with a Sharpie and write what it was. This is the eat out card because it wouldn't rub off. If you write it in Sharpie anywhere else, it would eventually rub off. So in the signature spot, I would write which card this is. Even if you were to only add 2 extra bank accounts, so at $3 per extra account, it's only $6 a month. That adds so much clarity of cleaning things up. It just makes it so much neater and cleaner. And if you're married, that's 2 free accounts for one, 2 free accounts for the other. So that's already 4 accounts that you could have between the 2 of you. You can make those all joint accounts. So there's different ways that you can do it to make things work a little bit easier. But I'm telling you, that completely changed my life. The digital envelope system, incredible. So the next step is then checking your app often to see what the amounts are in those accounts. So if you were to have 5 different bank accounts, let's say, you go on there and you should check pretty regularly. Oh, look, I've only got $20 left in my coffee, my eating out account. Okay, I gotta slow down. The final thing that I noticed is we were getting paid every 2 weeks, but some bills were coming out there were a ton of bills coming out at the beginning of the month, and there were hardly any bills coming out at the end of the month. So it made it, when we were living paycheck to paycheck, it made it where the first was really expensive. Like we got out a calendar and put, when do all the bills come out? And we found that so many of them were at the front half of the month. So what I would recommend people do, you've got 2 options. I would recommend the ones you can control what date they come out, you try to split it 50-50 as much as you can so that it's not front loaded. The other thing that we ended up doing was we took that checking account and we made it just a bills account. And we got ahead so that we just split it 50-50. So let's say you had $4,000. I'm just picking an easy number to work with. Let's say you had $4,000 worth of bills each month, and $3,000 of it comes out at the beginning of the month, $1,000 of it comes out at the end of the month, and so it's front loaded. We just got ahead, so I think we put like an extra $1,000 in that bills account so that we're always a little ahead. So now when we budget, we just do $2,000 this at the first and $2,000 at the end because we got ahead. And something I want to say just about systems and goals in general is I find a lot of people are very overzealous. They have like a very responsible peak and then they completely fall off, as opposed to being a little bit more moderate all the time. So when they sit down to budget, they say, okay, no eating out this month. I'm not going to get any coffees. And they're just completely like very, very regimented and kind of overestimating how responsible they're going to be. And then the month actually comes and then we're eating out all the time. We're going out to movies all the time. You know, the budget is gone. So what I would say is be a little bit more moderate. So when you're sitting down to budget, you need to put room for fun in there. That's non-negotiable, because you might think you're not going to do it, but you need to. You're a human being. You need to do that. So add room for fun in, because it needs to happen. It's probably going to happen anyway, so you might as well just plan for it. Okay, so if you want to implement the system, a few things you can do right now. One, this is annoying, but you only have to do it once. Come through your last 30 days and see how much your bills are. 2, click the link in the description to download the template, make a copy of it, edit your categories, download it as a PDF, use it however you want, on paper, on an iPad. And then 3, if you're interested in that digital envelope system, I would go into your bank and make those accounts. That's another one-time thing that's annoying to do, but that completely changed the game for me. Making those accounts has made everything so much better. Stay tuned, because we have task management system, time management system, meal management system. It's all coming up. Comment below if there's another system that you would like to see. I have systems for pretty much everything, so I would love to talk about them. And don't forget, the calls will be linked in the description. They're just chatting calls. It can be whatever you want. It can be, you know what, I actually go back to the personality stuff. We can do typing sessions, we can do a coaching session, we can just do a conversational chat, ask whatever you want to ask. It's completely open-ended, and believe me, I have had conversations about all sorts of random stuff. So whatever you want to chat about, it will not be completely out of left field. It's all within the scope of what I'm willing to talk about. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out other videos on systems coming up. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.